Hello, welcome to the premiere of Triple Threats. I am your host, Iman Abraham, and today we have some special guests with us, our very own Panthers from Prairie View A&M Women's Track and Field, Jade and Jada Sabir. How are you guys today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you guys so much for coming on to the show.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Of course. I'm so excited to, one, have our own Panthers here, to share your guys' experience, your story, your journey here, and what it's like to really be a woman in the field of sports.
Right.
So, speaking of that, how did you guys get introduced to track?
I would say we got introduced to track by our father. He was never really a track athlete, but he would like go on like mile runs and when he was younger. And when we got into like, I'll say sixth grade, that's when we started cross country. And in seventh grade, she did like one race and he was like, oh, I see potential in her. And then that's when the story just started from there.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do it.
Okay.
No, I feel that. And that's how I got introduced to my sport too. My dad, he didn't really know nothing about it, but he was just like, listen, you look like you can be good at it. So.
Okay, that's
Okay.
No, I feel that. So when you guys started, was there like who started first? Who was the first one to get into it?
I think I was, because in
Okay.
cross country, like I would go crazy. Like it didn't make no sense. Like I would go out hard from the gate, but I still always try to finish like in the front.
I wouldn't. I knew I was a long distance runner when I had did a cross country meet and I stopped to tie my shoe. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. So
So I think me and you would get along
Okay.
on that part because long distance.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm out of breath. No, I feel that. So how was your training growing up? What did you guys do?
I feel like it was good. Like we always wanted to race against the guys. Like not saying like out beating the girls, but we just felt like it was just more competition. Like, and we were each other's training partner, and it just makes it better. Like you can feel when, like, if I'm injured or she's injured, like you can feel the offness in training and stuff. But when we together is better. So I feel like the training process was good, the workouts was good, and the life lessons you learn throughout the workouts too.
yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's very important. It's nice to have somebody like close to you to be able to push you.
Okay, on training partner.
Must be nice. Find out I need a twin. No, so in thinking of all that, how was high school? So when you guys got to high school, was there a varsity or how did you guys do that?
It was a varsity team. So our freshman year, our freshman through junior year, we were on varsity. And we decided not to do track and field for our senior year, given like the type of coach that we had and everything. So it wasn't like the best case scenario, but we decided to like think about our bodies as well and just take our high school track and field season off, but we still focused on AAU indoors, not outdoor.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just had a preference just to be indoor.
Yeah.
And how did that work out with your guys' recruiting process?
It wasn't really the smartest decision, but to me, it was the best decision for us. It gave us time to actually be normal for a change. And, as an athlete, you have to give up a lot of stuff. You have to give up parties, so you have to get hanging up with your friends. Is this homework track, or, just sports. So
it's very easy to get burnt out during those sports, especially when you're really trying really hard and giving it your all. I understand sometimes you get burnt out. So that's kind of seeing what happened to you guys. So when you guys get burnt out, is that what you guys tend to do? What are some things that relax you guys?
Like, I used to meditate. Like I would listen to my music and just like try to like relieve myself of like everything I've been thinking, or just like if I feel burnt out with anything that may affect me while running, I surround myself with my teammates that bring like good energy towards us and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's very important. And I think it's important for everybody to know too that athletes are normal. We're human beings. So we do happen to have time. So we do get burnt out. It's a lot, especially having to be a student athlete. You have, and you guys' majors are a lot.
Yeah.
What are you guys' majors again?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice, and you said med school, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, going to be med school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of homework. So how do you guys balance that now?
It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of tough because I got a job now. So it's like I have to try to see which one I'm gonna prioritize. But what I will say is being an athlete your whole life, it helps with self-discipline and time management. So I try to cut out certain, like, if I work, I come home, do my homework. Then if it's not a day I have to work, I'll focus on training really good, maybe might do some homework. Yeah, I'll chill out with my friends. Like, but doing study sessions with your friends, especially when you know you have a tight schedule or a hard schedule, it's nice.
It makes you a scheduled person for sure. Like you don't want to be late to nothing. You want to be on time. Like when it comes to doing homework, you might wake up in the morning, do homework, then you got to go to practice, and you leave practice, got to go eat, then you go do homework. So it's like my whole day is schedule. Like I have to be on schedule.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And when you guys have your schedules, so speaking of spring break coming up, how are off seasons like for you guys?
We don't have an off season. We're really a year-round sport. Like we've never. All of my 4 years I've been in college, I've never had a spring break. I watch everybody else have a spring break.
Snapchat in Miami. You track me. I'm like, dang.
All right, you ready to go to Miami?
Yes.
Well, hopefully you guys get a break soon because you guys are graduating.
Yes.
So hopefully, thinking of graduating and finally getting that break, what are you guys looking forward to after college?
Back to school. I got a few more years. Finish PhD. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Yeah, that's the main goal. Trying to be financially secured.
Yeah, that's important. That's very important. So going from high school to PV, what do you guys think were the toughest challenges you guys had to face?
I would say it's more like just nobody being on your butt about going to school, for real. But I'll say it's more like, it's not the transition from high school to college is not that bad. I would say practice wise, yes, for track, but going to school, no, it's nothing different. High schoolers, teachers be like, college is going to be this and that. No, it's not. It's the same thing.
Right. Well, you guys are smart, so thank you. No problem. So how was the transition with practice from high school to, especially when you guys took that senior year off coming into college? How was that?
It was. So coming from high school to the first school we went to, it was completely different. Like we had 5 a.m. practices, we had 2 o'clock practices, and then you might have 2-3 practices a day. But then when you transfer over to PV, I like the morning practice where it's like the 10 a.m. practice and you got a race right after, and then you have a better recovery. Like the program was way better than what we had. So it's like you get to experience, like when you're as a transfer student, you come from something bad and then you experience something luxury, so you appreciate it way more than what others may not appreciate.
Yeah, I think it's very important to be grateful for having a good program. And what are some key things that you think matter when it comes to a good program? Like, what were you guys looking for during your recruiting process?
I would say coaching. That's number one. Coaching. Like you look for that parent figure in the coach, and you want them to be encouraging to you, very inspiring. You don't look for a coach that sits here and wants to talk down on you every time you train. Every time you train, you want somebody to sit here and be like, not pat on the back, but you want somebody in your butt at the same time. But
and not care about the point system. Like she said, somebody cares about your body, parental figures.
Exactly,
it matters. Not someone who's just gonna get into my personal life and all the negative stuff that come with it.
Right. So when it comes to having a good coach and things of that nature, did you guys have a good experience with your last coach?
It's like, no. No, not at all. I mean, it was a life lesson.
Yes.
Like it makes you appreciate more, but overall, he did give us our first. He gave us a chance.
Okay.
But like at the end of the day, in sports, it's business, and I have to move on. So
we're very grateful with what we went through because it helped us and made us, like she said, appreciative of what we're going through now. So because the grass is greener.
Yeah, it's the truth. So like you guys are coming out here and telling you guys the truth, and you guys came over here now, and you guys had a better experience compared to, and that's why I think it's very important to be able to have that experience with transfers. Like we are now with the portal being open and being able to let athletes actually leave and go to a better program where they feel like they will be a better athlete. I think that's very important. And that's what you guys did.
Yeah.
You guys came here and you guys are very grateful for your guys' experience.
Very.
And I'm very happy that you guys are here as well.
Thank you.
Because they get to be on this amazing show.
Okay.
No, so having coaches and stuff, were there any key moments that you really learned and took away from a coach? Like a really good learning experience?
Well, I would say our AAU coach, back home, still keep in contact with him to this day.
Mhm.
He teaches a lot of stuff. Like
Yes.
if it goes into life lessons as well. If you do it wrong, but you know how to fix that problem.
Yes.
And
If you could teach somebody, you could fix it.
Yeah.
That's how it is. If you
Yeah.
can,
Okay, I like that. Do you have a different one, or did you have
No,
the
just
same?
piggybacking.
oh my god.
Piggyback.
Well,
So
another,
what was-
yeah.
So what was yours? What was your key moment that was like, yeah, this coach know what he talking about?
I would say when I guess I got like she said, AAU coach. He got on me at a meet because I was sick, and it's like whether you're sick or not, you should always support your team, whether or not like you should always step into the plate. And that's just because I was in the stands one day and I wasn't down there supporting the team. And I got to crying because he got on me, but that just showed me that I need to suck up my own feelings and be a team player. That's just how I took it.
But that's good because it shaped you into the player that you are now.
Sure it did.
Right.
Because it sounds like you guys have a better team dynamic, and you guys seem like you guys get along.
Yes.
So how was that transition, like coming into like you guys are new,
It
like being a
was
team?
crazy, like, and it's a good crazy. Like
Uh-huh.
at the other school, it was good, but it was like more so like we were standoffish.
Yes.
But then we like grew onto them. But here it was like they had open arms. It was like it was crazy.
So quickly.
Yeah, it was quick. I was just like, oh my god.
Awesome.
I feel like I could be myself around them.
Yeah.
That's how. Yes.
That's awesome. That makes me so happy because I think that's so important to have like somebody that you got to be in a good environment if you really want to grow. And I feel like having that support system, especially when you have like a bad match or a bad run, you're like, dang, kind of suck right now.
Yes.
You have those people around you, be like, no, like we're gonna keep working, and you don't get the results.
Right.
So when you guys have those moments, has there ever been like a fun like team tradition that you guys like to do before a match, or not match, a run?
It's like for a meet,
Yeah.
I would say no, but I know I know Tony had wound up doing this before SWAC. She wound up doing like a group prayer, and you can tell that we all really needed that. So I think we should start incorporating that more, like more prayers before we start going to a meet, because it gives everybody a clear mind.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, I just love prayers. So.
Yeah, me too. We do that with our team too.
Yes.
Because I feel like it just gives you a second to really just be in the present moment. I feel like because you just sit there like, all right, like we're ready, we got this.
Yes.
Positive words and just you trust yourself.
Right.
Do you guys have like a warm up playlist?
Oh, dude.
No, I like Lil Baby and I play Young Boy, so.
Okay.
I love me some Lil Baby.
Okay. Do y'all have the same playlist? Or you guys
No,
have different
not
ones?
at all. Our
Okay.
music choices are so off.
So off.
So what you got going on in your playlist, man?
Well, I love me some Lil Baby. That's me all day. But I'm more of a
one thing alike.
That's the only thing.
That's the only thing we have
like.
like, yes. Unless
Okay.
we listen to like probably Detroit music, but other than that, I'm more of a old 2000s. I like that.
Okay.
I like that too, but I'm more upbeat.
Yes.
Nice. Well, I hope you guys are gonna have a great season.
Oh, thank you.
And is there anything that you guys are looking forward to coming up, since this is going to be like a big one, big season?
So we're looking forward to getting another ring.
Okay.
Period.
That's the biggest accomplishment, but also redeeming ourselves too.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's a reason why we are PV, and it's we need to show them, regardless of what's been happening over the past couple of days and weeks. We still need to show them that it's a reason why we recruited, why we represent this team, these colors, these names, everything.
Yeah, because you guys have already won indoor and outdoor swag.
Yeah.
So swag knows that y'all are.
Swag
Swag knows PB's the best when it comes to track and field.
Okay.
So I really hope you guys continue that tradition. I know you guys have recently lost your guys' former head coach, and I hope that transition gets better. How are you guys feeling with it right now?
It's still
like a soft subject for us.
Yeah.
it's still a process. Like, still love her, and it's a hard, like you said, it's a hard subject to like sometimes speak on, but she built the dynamic of this team really strong. So it's just only right that we just try to stay strong for her.
Yes.
So it's just,
And we dedicating this season for her.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sorry about that, but I really, because I understand we lost our coach too. We recently just got a new one, so I really hope that you guys have a great season. And it sounds like you guys are gonna have a good team dynamic. Y'all guys got a good support team, good playlist.
Man.
So I really do hope you guys have a good season. And thank you guys so much for coming on this show.
No problem. Thank you.
And we're going to go to a quick commercial break. But before that, I want to go ahead and give them the floor to follow them on social medias.
Yeah.
So please let the audience know.
Instagram _Jada Amir, TikTok Sabir Twins Sabir _Twins. Shout out 219 to our favorite Sigma boys in the track team Sigmas 219. Jade and Osei Dorian. Nathan.
My Instagram is who's Jade, and instead of an S, it's a Z. And then my Twitter is Jade _Sabir. And she gave you our TikTok name.
And the track girl.
And my Snapchat is Amina16 AMEENA16.
Yes, so please go follow them and wish them luck with their season and hope they do amazing.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we're actually gonna have another amazing track star, one of our very own, and she will be upcoming next. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys after this break. Hello, welcome back to Triple Threat. So I'm Iman Abraham, your host, and we just had two amazing ladies earlier on, and now we have another one of our Panthers, Antwanique Kinsler. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Well, yeah, it's going in there. For real. So I got the turtleneck on, but so I'm glad you're here. So you have a very interesting story, which I'm super excited to get into it. So when you came in here, you actually transferred a couple times.
Yeah.
So what made you want to come to PV?
Okay, so my journey starts at Chicago State,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so ironic. So I started at Chicago State, where I loved being an athlete, but I hated the city and campus life.
Yeah.
Then I transferred to Alcorn, where I hated being an athlete, and I loved the campus life.
Yeah.
And I had already met the twins. Well, I met Jada prior, and we kind of had like a social media friendship or whatever. So just seeing her at competitions, being that we were in the same conference, it was just really easy to talk to her and stuff like that. And I graduated from Alcorn. I had one more year of eligibility left, and I was like, girl, I might hit the portal. She like, you can come here, So it was just real easy. So I would say I got to Prairie View through Jada.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we were just talking about how close the team dynamic was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that close. Look
Yeah.
at that.
They're my girls.
No, that's awesome. So I'm glad you came here and you enjoy being an athlete now. How you feeling?
Yes.
Okay.
So in comparison to Alcorn,
Yeah.
I would definitely say Prairie View is on the higher end of the spectrum as far as HBCU luxury, standard facilities, coaches, teammates, just the whole nine.
Yeah.
So I really do love being an athlete here. It's completely different. It makes it worth it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I like that, especially for going to so many HBCUs and you've had experiences.
That was ghetto. It was so ghetto.
Well, I'm glad Prairie View. It makes you feel more at home, basically, because you came from all the way to Chicago and you came here in fall 22. So you came over here and then you actually came in with a swag championship, basically.
Well, technically it don't work like that. I came in after they had already won a swag championship, so I'm not a swag champion yet. But my teammates are, swag champion by association.
There we go. So how was it running for PV?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just so different. Going into track meets and stuff and being able to hear and feel your teammates cheering for you, I'm not used to that at all.
Yeah.
Previous schools, the team dynamic wasn't this. I think as far as being at Prairie View, it's more of a sisterhood. It don't matter what we go through, we always have each other's back. We always have each other's best interests. They're my biggest supporters. If I don't hear nobody else around the track, I can tell them after the race exactly where I heard them at, because they're always around the gates, they're around the track, they're cheering you on, and they make you feel the support and the love. So yeah, it's real good.
So you kind of had a similar experience, because they were talking about how they were kind of welcomed in with open arms.
Yes.
So you felt that same
and
energy.
I was so scared when I first got here, because it was my second time transferring, and I expressed this to them as well. I'm like, y'all don't know, because my personality is a lot, you know, and I can be a bit, so I'm like, oh my God, I don't think these people gonna like me for real. Then I just came from schools where people didn't really like me for real. I don't want to walk on eggshells, and it was just so different.
Yeah.
It was just girl, we love you, come on, because everybody else has their own personality types. Yeah. And it just forces everyone to knit together, because we're not all trying to be the same person.
Yeah.
So it was really easy. It was easy to come in. It was a smooth transition. You would have thought I've been here forever.
No, for real. When you guys came in, I was like, you guys seem real close.
Yeah.
So I can see that, and I think that is important, especially when you're having those not rough rounds. I'm talking about golf. When you're having those rough meets, it's important to have that support system, and I'm glad that you have that. And when you first came to college, so you started off at Chicago, and how was it there? Coming in, how was your experience?
My introduction to collegiate sports was, I was a number. Okay. For the most part, I was an asset. It was kind of like putting insurance on your car. Yeah. Your mom tell you don't crash that car. I was a car. Yeah. Don't crash that car. Ooh. So and my coaches was the insurance company or whatever, however you want to say it. But I've always been a member in collegiate sports. It's very rare that you go to a school or a program where you have coaches in an athletic department behind you.
Yeah.
You know, because for the most part, it's a business. And I think coming from a place where I'm from a very small town in Florida, so track and field is like no one knows about it. You know, so I went into college blind, no one to talk to, no mentors, nothing. It was just like just raw dogging it. You know, figure it out. And hard. We learned the hard way that people don't care about you; they care about what you can do for them. And that was my experience at Chicago State. That was my experience at Alcorn. And here at Prairie View, I feel like I'm not a number here anymore. You know, like feeling the love and the support from my coaches. You know, I feel my coaches behind me a lot more than I've ever had. You know, so it's different. It's in a good way.
Yeah, and I think that's important for everyone to understand too. Like being an athlete, sometimes you can get twisted up as a number. You can look at more as just a stat on a sheet instead of like I'm a human being. I'm here and I'm trying to be able to understand that it's important that I'm cared for, because when you're cared for, you're able to perform better and you're able to get the most out of what you want in your experience at college, because you want to perform your best, you want to get those rings, you want to, you know.
And I think that's the part that a lot of programs miss. The relationship that an athlete has with their coach is more important than their performance, because I mean, I came into Alcorn with the times that I was running. It was easy for me to, you know, be a SWAC leader in the 400. But I felt like I had a coach that hated me. So it was just performing to make someone proud that really doesn't care about me. So coming here, it just took that stress off my back, because I had Coach Angela, I had Coach Dixon, Coach Clay. Like, you know, even on my bad days, it's okay. You know, I'm not expecting you to come out and perform and PR every time you touch the track. If you give me 100%, I love 100%. So it's just simple. It's very simple here. And
I'm happy that you have that support system, because it's important that athletes have that. And speaking of that, like when you are stressed out and you have all these extra pressures added onto you, like it can affect your health mentally and physically. So how was that? Like, I can't imagine like the mental stress that you had to deal with at your other colleges. So how did you deal with those?
It's still a mental battle.
You
know, every day is very mental, because though we want to go out and perform and smile and put on and make the university proud, we also have to understand that a lot of stuff is just way bigger than us. You know, so we can go out there and we can do what our coaches want us to do and we can perform, but like lack of acknowledgement, lack of care, lack of, you know, just trying to think how to word this.
Sometimes respect is very important too.
Respect. What I'm going to say is being neglected in any way, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional, it plays a part. And it plays a part actively day to day, because we have to pick and choose what we respond to and what we ignore. But it's very hard to ignore a lot of stuff, because, you know, a lot of stuff happens in front of us. So we have those mental aspects. I don't know. A simpler answer to your question is I don't know how I deal with it mentally, because it's very hard. You know, it's only so much your coach can do, and they try to be there for us as much as they can. But, you know, it's other places where we can be taken care of better. You know, it's not just our coach's job.
And I think it's important to understand that there's not just one solution to mental health. Like, there's certain things that you go through that sometimes you don't know what you're going through as an athlete. Sometimes, because like some days you're doing really good, you got all the energy in the world. And then one day it's just like, man, I woke up today and I just been feeling real nice today. And you don't know what's up.
With my personality, like I come to practice every morning, I smile, I hug everybody, I'm bouncing off the gates. Like everybody mad at the workout, you know, I'm the only person probably happy and jumping around. But then it's like you said, it's those days where you wake up and it's like some days I go out to the track and it's just like, man, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Like, who am I doing it for? You know?
So sometimes it's having to find your why. And being able to remember why you're doing this. And sometimes that, when you forget it, it's hard to keep pushing. But when you remember it, sometimes that's what you need to keep going.
Yes.
And then, of course, having a great support system to help you do that. Like, girl, get up. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to the track today.
We're going to the track today.
Yeah. No, I get that. So with your experience, and I think with HBCUs, it's important that we understand our athletes more so that we can perform better as athletes and being able to care, like you said, care for them. And when you are speaking of coaches, you've had, your fair share of them. What are some characteristics that you like to look for in one? Like something that's like, yeah, I wanna play for them.
I want to feel at home.
Okay.
I'm 1,348 miles away from home. That's very specific because I go and I check those locations every day. I'm away from my mom. I'm away from my siblings. I'm away from my family,
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm going to take that leap and I'm going to go somewhere to perform and make a university look well or to make a coach look well, I want to be taken care of, I want to know that the person that is in charge of me, I want to know that they love me. I want to know that they care about me. Like those days where I do come on the track and I'm not having a good day, don't be on my butt about how I'm performing. Like, notice me as a human being. Hey, are you okay? What's going on? Do you want to talk? You want to come to my office?
Yeah.
I want that luxury, and I think that's the most important part. I think a lot of HBCUs, they miss that part. Maybe it's not an HBCU thing.Maybe it's a collegiate track and field thing. But
it's your personal experience.
But from my experience, I want to feel loved. I want to feel cared about. Because that's the only way I'm going to be able. I don't perform well in chaos. I perform well in love. Like that's when I bloom. That's when I blossom. Yeah. So that's what I would expect from a coach, and I think that's the standard that a lot of schools in our conference or just in general should have for their athletes.
Yeah.
Like
and
you have to lead with love.
And I agree with that. You have been Athlete of the Week since being here. So
not here. I was Athlete of the Week at my previous school, actually. Yeah. But it's in the swag,
It's in the swag. Excuse me.
We can make it here. We can make it.
Oh yeah. I think you guys got a lot to do still. I think you guys are gonna perform very well.
Yeah.
And I know it's a rough transition right now, but I am happy that you guys at least have each other. I think that's something that's very important because that's something that we had to face with on our team when we lost our coach. We really actually gravitated towards each other. We were like, all right, it's time to really focus on what we want, and we don't really have nobody right here right now, but we have each other, and I think that's important to remember.
And I think for us right now, amidst everything that's going on, I think what we want to feel is the support and the love. Because people will tell you, like, we're here for you. We love you. We're there for you. If you need anything, come to my office. They'll give you they'll give you the strip. They'll read it. They'll read it out to you and they'll play the part. But then when it's time to put action behind it, a lot of it just doesn't happen. You don't. I mean, we're week 3 without a coach. Well, no, it's not even week 3. It's actually week 1. It missed the news since they told us. But still waiting on a lot of that support. Still waiting to see that happen.
I can feel that. Like, it's sometimes you just feel like people say what they want to say or what they should say, and sometimes it's like, man.
They have to dress it up a little bit and give it to you.
Right. You just don't know what to say, so they just say what they think they should. No, I get that. But I think it'll be a good thing for you guys to continue to just work hard. And it's going to be hard, but I think at the end of the day, you guys are going to have a good season. You'll have something to look forward to. You guys got each other, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that you're here. Right. You guys are on triple threat. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but thank you so much. And I'm really happy. If you had anything to say to any future athletes that want to play track and field, what would you tell them?
You gotta say, you want to run track and field.
You want to run track and field. See, you teaching me. I like that.
My advice would be, when you come to college, no one is forcing you to do anything. So when you walk on to a team, if you come to a team on a scholarship, if you're going to do anything, make sure that you're doing it diligently. No one's going to wake you up to make you do your job. When you come to college to be an athlete, this is your job. It pays your bills for the next 8 months. So you gotta wake up and you gotta perform. If you don't feel like you can, remove yourself. But understand that though track is individual, you have your team relying on you. It's a team at the end of the day, and if you can't show up and show out for your team, just stop showing up.
Right, you be there all the way or don't be there at all.
Don't. It's no 50%. So if you're gonna come to any high schoolers or anybody coming to college, it's either 0% or 100%. It's no half percent in anything in college athletics.
I agree with that. I agree. So thank you so much for coming on.
you.
And of course, I'm gonna give her the floor so you guys could follow her.
Okay, y'all.
And
I'm
keep
gonna
in
be on all
touch.
social media. Okay, so my Instagram is k.insler, or you can just type in Antwanique Kinsler. It's in the back, you know. But my TikTok is Kins the Villain. You know, I'm kind of funny. People kind of like me on there. You know, you might like me on there. And yeah, my Snapchat is the same thing, Kins the Villain. So you're just following and add me on everything.
Yes. So make sure you keep in touch with our amazing Antwanique Kinsler. And make sure you guys hype her up this season. Go to the games. Not the games, the matches. There we go. The matches.
The track meet.
Yes, track meet.
And come out to PV relays.
Why I keep saying matches? Yes, please go out and watch them. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so happy to have these amazing people on guests. And this is Triple Threats with me, Iman Abraham. And please tune in next week for more. And thank you guys so much for watching.
That